Hello Libra, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Libra for the week of October 17th. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Libra. Now I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, the After Tarot, as well as the, what else am I using here? Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. That's it, Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. All right. Make sure we're all set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it. Okay. That's looking just about good enough to me for right now. Sorry for bumping the camera there. All right. Also take 1, 2, 3 of these oracle cards, and then we'll put this right here. Okay. Energy on the bottom, you have the Hierophant. So Hierophant is really all about, this is all about something that could be considered traditional in one's life. You know, with the Hierophant here, some of you are kind of working through old patterns. Some of you, I think, are working through old programming as well. I think maybe programming from childhood or something like this. This is anything that is traditional. So the way that I'm thinking about this for you is you could be working through things that you learned from your parents or your grandparents. A big one is like around scarcity. Is a big programming that many people have to work through. I say that, but I actually don't think that this is about scarcity. But that's just an example. On another level, the Hierophant is Taurus energy, the card associated with Taurus. It could also be a card of marriage, and it can also refer to the organization that you work for. There is a counterpart here, interestingly enough, with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. I say interestingly enough because there are really no other love cards other than like the Hierophant being a marriage card here, but there is a counterpart showing up for some of you. This might be a Virgo here, as you have the Hermit. Yeah, you have like all earth energy in the middle, which is interesting. In this row, you have all earth energy. So, you know, I feel like asking you, Libra, what are you doing right now to ground yourself? Because yeah, what are you doing right now to ground yourself is what I would ask you at this time to really maybe think about or ponder. In the overall situation, you do have the Queen of Pentacles here. This person is practical. This person's hardworking. They don't rock the boat. They make the smart choice financially. They make smart decisions financially. And this is somebody who's budgeting, planning, preparing for their financial future and for what is next for them. The Queen of Pentacles, you know, for you, I think that there's this, you know, with this rabbit energy, I'm feeling like this energy of like, you know what I heard? Like spring has sprung. Okay, some of you may be planning something for spring. This might be connected to travel. I think that there is something around travel here with the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. And this is in a diagonal formation. So diagonals are directions that you are headed. This might be for the springtime, or this might be something that you're eyeing up for spring in some ways. But I think that you're taking like, you're really like kind of taking careful consideration of this situation. Now, for others of you, if this is not about travel, you know, I think some of you are considering a move. And this goes back to this idea of tradition as well for you, which is perhaps you've always lived in the same city or the same town or the same house that you grew up in. And, you know, you might have your own house or whatever, but you might live in the same town. And for some of you here, what's happening is you're really manifesting a move out, or you're manifesting like a move to like a new town or a new city or a new state or a new country or something like this here. You have two cards indicating foreign travel with the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. And the thing is that there's this element of tradition here. And even we could say like mother, father energy here with the Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. And so it doesn't matter what age you are, what's going on is maybe some of you are working through your programming. Yeah. Now, in the past, you have the Five of Swords, you have the Hermit, and you also have the Knight of Wands here. So this Knight of Wands, it keeps sticking out to me in this reading, okay? It just keeps coming forward to me here as the reader. Again, this person is traveling in distant lands. You can see the pyramids, something mysterious or something that is maybe abnormal to most. And that is really, from my research, symbolism for going to a distant place or going to a distant land. When you get this Knight of Wands, it can also, like I said, signify it's a big move where it's a big card where you're like, okay, I'm going to change my zip code, I'm going to change my residence, I'm going to try moving to this city or whatever. All of that energy comes in when you get the Knight of Wands. Now, yeah, I think for some of you, some of you have been spending time here really thinking about this here with this Hermit card. Okay, you've been spending time soul searching here, trying to figure out what this is. And I think it's connected to this Knight of Wands. Like, where do you want to go? How do you want to make it happen? The Queen of Wands is the how do you want to make it happen part. The Queen of Wands makes it happen. I'm sorry, Queen of Pentacles, my apologies. The Queen of Pentacles is the how do you want to make it happen part. The Queen of Pentacles, they'll get the itinerary together, they'll get, all the ducks in a row, they'll make sure everything's set up, everything's aligned, all of that. The Five of Swords here, in your mind though, obviously you're recognizing that there are losses that come along with this, which is, you're losing something that's familiar to you, right? You're losing something that is familiar to you. By the way, this might also be around a career shift. If you love where you live and you're not interested in international travel or foreign travel, this might be like, all right, well, I'm making other shifts here in my life. And, I think that this is something that's been really, really taking a lot of space up. And I have to say, for Libras, this has been a message that's been coming in. I'm a Libra. This has been a message that's been coming in for Libras here at this time, during this your Libra season, during Libra month. So yeah. In the current situation, you have the Six of Cups, you have the the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Tower. So I've talked about the Queen of Pentacles multiple times here. The Tower is a surprise. This is an upheaval, and the fact that you have it in this lower row is like a I want to say double whammy, but it's like it's a double confirmation here, because the lower row can be surprising. Okay, it's something that you can't see, it's hidden, it's subconscious. And the Tower, this is like a surprise in your life. Now, is this doom and gloom? Is it the end of the world? Not always, okay? The Tower is not always. In fact, as a reader, I like to view the Tower as a blessing in disguise, because it shows us something that we need to change, right? It shows us something that we need to look at. You know what I just heard? Rose-colored glasses just came to my mind. Is there something that you need to just look at objectively? Do you need to view something without rose-colored glasses at this moment? That might be very, very, very important message to some people here. This could be connected to a person with the Queen of Pentacles. This could be connected to partnership here, as you have the King and the Queen of Pentacles next to each other. But I think I'll be interested to see what card clarifies the Tower, because it seems like right now what's going on is some of you really feel pulled in a new direction, whether that's the things that I've laid out: travel, change in your zip code, or maybe a change in your job for some of you. But it's like the thing is that these are all good things, right? These are all good things, but you're also, I think, the practical side of making it all happen, I think, is what is sort of kind of showing up here. The Six of Cups is really an energy of situations from the past. Okay, this can be ex-lovers or ex-relationships, exes coming back in. It can also ask you to stop and smell the roses. Enjoy what you have now. Enjoy the time that you have now. Enjoy being here, being now, being present. And I think that that's probably very important message here. There could be a surprise or some sort of situation you didn't see coming that forces you to be in the now. And with the Six of Cups and the Tower. Now, in the future, you have the Eight of Wands, you have the King of Pentacles, and you have the King of Swords. So we have people showing up here, right? We have two kings, we have a queen, and we have a knight. These can all signify people in some ways. And, what I would say is the situation here is You know, the King of Swords, this is somebody who will give you wise counsel. Okay, they will give you an objective answer. Okay, this is the name of the game for the King of Swords. It's like a judge. Okay, judges are supposed to be objective. And the King of Swords is like an objective judge of a situation. And they will look at it, you know, in that way. And it is possible that some of you could be seeking out counsel from some people. I also think that there are a lot of people here just showing up for you. You know, this King of Pentacles is somebody who's well off, they're well-to-do, and you know, they've really kind of made it in life. When you get the King of Pentacles, you know, it's somebody who's like sort of metaphorically living in the castle. They've made it. And you know, it is also possible that some of you are sort of like, I'm not sure, you know, honestly, I think that this is more connected to partnership, the fact that it's next to the Queen of Pentacles. So I think I'll also want to get another clarification on that, which we will in a second. Lastly, we have the Eight of Wands here, which is all about it's, you know, travel, movement, distant places, but it can also represent good news or a rapid increase in the pace of your life. It's a breakthrough card. It's a very good card. Yeah, and so I think that you're going to have breakthroughs here in the future. I think it could involve other people in some respects. And yeah, let's go and start to clarify. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow in a big way. All right, so you have White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit, connect to your lineage, a family wound or pattern can be healed. Now, what did I say? What did I say? Programming from the family, right? And this is normal, right? Like we all have, most of us have situations that we need to work through, right? Family patterns. Some are good, some are not good. That's the truth. And you also have this Lady Nada, heart awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. And then you also have Bridget, inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. You're taking charge here. And what I would say is, if you like really, like, I don't know, you're like, I gotta go, you know, I gotta go spend time in Hawaii, and you can make that happen. Or whatever, maybe you're like, I gotta go to New York for a weekend, you know, I gotta check out the big city for a weekend, or maybe I have to go to Japan, you know, like, do that. Like, if you can make that happen, do that at this time, because you're feeling called to it for some reason. It's, you know, that's what I'm feeling here. Let's go and start to clarify. Now you have the Nine of Wands, the Four of Wands, and you also have the Seven of Swords. All right, so Seven of Swords on the Knight of Wands here is interesting. You know, I felt very good about the Knight of Wands. I don't love that it's clarified by the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords in this case, this is the after tarot. So this person has stolen the swords, but they're like walking into a trap here. All right, they're about to walk into a trap. They don't notice it. I would say a much more positive way of looking at the Seven of Swords is that it asks you to build a strategy. Clearly this person's strategy was not good enough, because yes, they took the swords, but they didn't have the exit plan wrapped down, did they? Right? And so when you get the Seven of Swords, plan, prepare, strategize. You have this Four of Wands here with the Hermit card. Four of Wands is a card of marriage. There's something that you are, there, I don't know, maybe you're reflecting on your own marriage if you're married, with the Four of Wands and the Hierophant, and the idea of the Hermit being reflective. But also, I think maybe some of you are reflecting on, you know, if you're single, you're like, wait, do I want to get married? You know, is this something that I want to be doing right now? Like, is this, you know, part of an important thing for me? Or, you know, you could be having reflections on the concept of marriage, or when you want that to happen for you. I also think that some of you are just reflecting on what a stable, like, stability looks like for you. Like, will you be stable in this move or in this shift? Yeah, in this shift, I think that's probably happening. And then Nine of Wands is about perseverance. Let's see what else we have here. So you have the Page of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands, and you have the Page of Cups. So wow, yeah, I was not really getting a terrible I was not getting a terrible feeling on the Tower. It is interesting. Oh, yeah, I was not getting a terrible feeling. And really, the Page of Cups in the Tower, that is like, whoa, surprisingly, you meet somebody, right? The Page of Cups is a romantic invitation or a romantic event. It's good news of a romantic nature, or good news that makes you happy in your life. And it's combined with the Tower here, which is like, whoa, didn't see that coming, you know, like bumped into somebody at the Starbucks and wow, now we're best friends, and like now we're going on a first date, and like, you know, stuff like that, right? Like that's kind of the energy of the Page of Cups and the Tower. You do have two pages here showing up in the middle of this reading. Pages represent invitations or arrivals of news in some ways. And the Page of Pentacles, you know, this is about a prospect in one's life. And in this case, this is something that might be returning to you because it's associated with the Six of Cups, right? Associated with the Six of Cups. And, you know, there might be something coming back around, or you may feel like something's coming back around for you. The Five of Wands is about conflict. And I love that this is coming in the after tarot, because the people, somebody has emerged victorious here, but there's a successful resolution to the conflict. And I get the sense that whatever you're kind of sketching out with the Queen of Pentacles energy, you'll find the right answer. You'll find the right answer. You have the Devil. Wow. You have the Ace of Cups, and you have the Two of Cups. Surprising. I'm surprised because, you know, clarifying these two travel cards or these two movement cards, we have two challenges, right? With the Seven of Swords and the Devil. The Devil is all about, it's our shadows, something that we have to work through in this lifetime. And, you know, this is something that it's negativity or negative energy. It's also a card of like hedonism, and it can be about pleasures in life, but the recognition that you have to balance out pleasures with reality. And the Three of Pentacles is about, I just wanted to clarify this Devil card. Three of Pentacles is about your colleagues or your work situation. Some of you here, I think, here's the deal. Some of you need to just be real about what's going on with this move, this shift. The two shift cards, the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands, which I had a very good feeling about, but now this diagonal here, it seems like there might be something pushing you in a new direction or something here. You'll just want to get unequivocally clear about this shift before you make the shift. Like, you'll want to get very clear about this. You have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups here. It's almost like love when you don't expect it is coming in to clarify. The Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, you know? Love when you don't expect it. And that's what I feel for some of you, you know? And both of them are on King cards. I don't attach gender to my cards. These are just, I read energies. So they could be more masculine person or something like this here. But yeah, love begins for some Libras when you least expect it here. Wow. On the bottom, you have the Ten of Wands, which is about burdens, working through burdens, but the recognition that you have the ability to do that. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. I'll see you in the next reading.